VERAs, RIFs, DSRs, okay? What are all these all these acronyms are being floated around right now, and they're kind of scary for a lot of people. So let's talk about them briefly. Just did a video recently on VERAs, Voluntary Early Retirement Authority, and VSIP. But there's one situation, there's another situation that I've been finding, talking to some employees that find themselves in, which is kind of tough. And that situation is, just for example, take a 54-year-old, or actually recently it was a 55-year-old, or like 55 and a half. And his agency is offering a VERA. However, he likes his job, wants to continue to work, but he's nervous, okay? So he's nervous that there may be cuts to his agency, that he may lose his job here in the future. So if he doesn't take the VERA, then he risks getting RIFed before he turns minimum retirement age, okay? Which is when he would be able to retire and keep his benefits. His question was, what do I do? Should I take the VERA, or do I just continue working and take the chance of getting RIF, because I don't want to lose my benefits. I don't want to lose my health insurance, my FIG. I want to be able to collect my FERS annuity. I like to be able to get my supplement. Well, great question, and really a tough situation, but there could be some help there, okay? So that is what is called a discontinued service retirement, or a DSR. All right, now discontinued service retirement is an involuntary separation from the government, okay? So you're not terminated for cause, but yet you have an involuntary separation. So what are requirements to get discontinued service retirement? How does that work? Well, the requirements are very similar to a VERA, in that you have to have 20 years in at age 50 or older, or 25 years at any age. And then the benefits are basically the same. So if he is RIFed and he's eligible, he can do the discontinued service retirement, then he can retire at the age of 55. He can collect his annuity. He can continue his health benefits. He can continue his FIG. TSP, that's not really related, because that depends on what age you leave, okay? If you leave in the year that you turn 55, then you have access to TSP. And then also, like the VERA, once he turns MRA, minimum retirement age, then he can collect the first supplement, special retirement supplement, okay? Can't get it until he turns MRA. But with the DSR, you can get those benefits. Now, who can get a DSR? Again, it's an involuntary separation from the government, okay? Involuntary separation, and there's some requirements, okay? So you might want to look those up. And admittedly, I don't have near as much experience with the DSR as I do VERAs, VSIP, stuff like that. They're just a lot more common. But there are some requirements. You have to receive written notice from your agency, stating a few things like you're involuntary separated. So I recommend looking those up. It sounds to me like if you are RIFed, that you would be eligible for DSR if you have the 20 years in at 50 or 25 years in any age, okay? That is it looks to me like you would be eligible for that. But again, you can look at the specifics on OPM's website. And then if you don't have those 20 years in or 25 years in, then what's your option? It's a deferred retirement, okay? Unless you meet your MRA plus 10, so your minimum retirement age, and you have 10 years in, okay, then you could do a postpone, or you could do an immediate retirement with reduction, okay? If you don't meet that and you're, say, age 53 and you have 5 years in or 10 years in, your only option then is a deferred retirement, okay? And that means that you're separated from service, then you don't get your benefits, you cannot collect your benefits later, with the exception of your FERS annuity, okay? You wait until you turn 62. If you have 10 years in, you wait until you collect 62, then you contact OPM, then you can start collecting the FERS annuity. But the rest of the benefits, you will not be able to get. Okay, so I hope that helps shed a little bit of light on if you're in a situation like that. Hopefully this helps. Some information about discontinued service retirement if there's a RIF that happens in your agency and you are part of that. There is some light there at the end of the tunnel, that if you might be eligible for the DSR and be able to continue your benefits. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. If you like the video, like it, share it, subscribe. Thanks.